Hello and welcome to Sport for Business, where we are joined today by David Slattery. He's Head of Marketing at Pinergy, who brought a smile to the face of basketball yesterday with the announcement that they would be extending their partnership for another 3 years. You're very welcome back onto Sport for Business, David.
Thanks, Rob. Delighted to be here. It's great news now that we announced that we're extending our partnership with Basketball Ireland for another 3 years. So we're absolutely thrilled and delighted now to be able to announce it to the world.
It's been a tough year for the sport. This must have been a real shot in the arm as these discussions were taking place over the last couple of months.
Yeah, I guess like many discussions at the moment, myself and Conor Meany were having numerous Teams and Zoom calls over the last few weeks and months of putting the deal together. Basketball has had a number of challenges over the last 18 months, particularly as being, primarily an indoor sport, and the restrictions, I suppose, have been, they've felt deeper than probably a lot of other sports, a lot of other outdoor sports. But I suppose, what we've done together, I suppose, is put a package together that, really we hope is forward looking. It's looking at the future of Irish basketball. And, I suppose one of the big things that we're announcing today is that we are going to be the sponsor of the All-Ireland Schools Cup from the autumn. And we'll obviously announce more details of that probably in August or September when schools start to go back. But I suppose, it's great to be involved in a sport that is, so diverse, very inclusive, is played by lots of people around the country, and it's great, and it really fits with our brand, I suppose. The whole proposition that we try to bring to market, which is, energy with insight. And, basketball is a hugely energetic sport. If you've ever spent time at the basketball arena in January, the noise is incredible. The energy is incredible. And, we're just delighted to be kind of partnering with the Federation again for the next 3 years, and, hopefully bringing some of our own insights to the business going forward.
If you could capture that energy from the January finals nights, you'd probably be able to power half of Leinster or Munster anyway. It is a sport which is very much equal based. It's boys, it's girls, it's men, it's women. There's a big European championships taking place here in August as well. Yeah. Your focus, though, on schools, is that something which is new for Pinergy, that you're actually reaching out into a different sector with this partnership?
It is, Rob, and I suppose it's a new space we're moving into, and we're really excited about it. I suppose we supply energy to both businesses and homes, and any opportunity, I suppose, to get our brand and get our name and get our proposition out into families across Ireland, we're interested in investigating it further. And I suppose Conor Meany and myself have been talking about schools, for a number of years as the partnership has developed during the last contract. And I suppose we feel the timing is right, to really, I suppose, help Basketball Ireland around, its schools program. Not only about participation, but also things like equipment as well. And, basketball is a great sport. Once you have a hoop and you have a ball, a game can start. It's a, a relatively simple game as well. And, it's great to see, boys and girls, adults, etc., playing the game. And I suppose we hope that we can help with bringing some energy to schools basketball over the next few years. And really looking forward to next January now, when the Schools Cup hopefully returns to the basketball arena in Tala. And from what I've seen on clips, and so I've experienced at the final championships as well, it's an amazing weekend, both the schools weekend and the national finals weekend. So we're really looking forward to really getting our sleeves rolled up and getting involved with schools basketball over the next few years.
You're not new in the world of sports sponsorship. You've had an even longer partnership going with Munster Rugby. How has that been over the course of the last couple of years?
It's been great, and we're official energy for Munster Rugby. We've been working with Munster now as official energy partner since 2017, and we had previous relationships with them as well. Obviously, Paul O'Connell has been a big part of our business particularly in the early days, and he's still really a friend of the business. And we have a strong association with Munster Rugby. We're working with Munster Rugby, I suppose, to extend that partnership, and we're looking forward to the future. Munster Rugby has been great for us, I suppose. Things like our our signage on the back of laptops and signage in grounds, is often attributed, a piece of signage. But we're looking at new opportunities with them. The guys in Munster, Dave Kavanagh and Ciara Meany, are brilliant to work with. So we really enjoy working with them. And rugby is it's a big sport. Really excited, I suppose, and as some of the announcements have been made over the last few weeks about particularly the fact that the United Rugby Championship is now going to be on terrestrial TV. I think that's really exciting for that competition. Obviously, the format of the competition, but also the fact that I think that the domestic club rugby pro game, it's a great opportunity for it to be in the eyeballs of more and more, I suppose, sports fans, not just the pure rugby fans. And yeah, no, we're really excited to keep working with Munster Rugby over the next period of time.
Yeah, that's going to be on TG Cahir and on RTE for the first time from the start of next season. And a little bird tells me that there's a little bit of GAA investment going in from the Pinergy side as well.
There is. We've been working with Mount Sion GAA Club in Waterford City over the last year, really. So we signed a deal with them last summer. So we're the primary sponsor of the club. One of the most famous hurling clubs in the country, I think you'd know. And I suppose they're, Austin Gleeson is the, big player in the Waterford GAA team, and, Ken McGrath, Tony Brown. And we've worked with them all over the last year, just, to really help the club through various initiatives. Obviously with COVID, it's been very restrictive, but obviously, hopefully, as things begin to open a bit more, the relationship will build. And, I suppose we really see, GAA as a great community, grassroots club and community opportunity for us to reach into new parts of the country. So we're delighted to be working with Mount Sion GAA at the moment.
It's a great, very diverse portfolio of sponsorship partnership that you have with sport at the moment, from that grassroots up to the elite level with Munster, and of course now with the schools and the kids in the basketball as well. We are hosting a conference in September on children and sport, so perhaps we might engage again at that point to talk about how the Schools Cup is shaping up. But for the moment, David Slattery, Head of Marketing at Pinergy, thanks very much for taking the time.
Thanks, Rob. Delighted to be talking to you again.